hyper hype drop on behalf of the Jacy Project with lead builder Elisha. Elisha, how are you doing?
Hey, great. How's it going, David?
It's going well, Elisha. Ish. I'm very pleased to be back. So I just want to go. We've got a few little things we want to talk about. So I'm going to just jump straight in. What's the current status with Jacy at the moment, Elisha?
Well, to be honest, I'm very happy. I believe we have good vision. We have plans. In fact, we've executed plans already. It's just been the market timing things, and we've made some great announcements with your recommendation, hype drop. Look, I'm just ecstatic to have you helping. I'm confident with your help that we can together with the community run a terrific crypto project with good vision, good plans. You can't look at the price of the token to judge how the community, how the project is doing. I wish the community was more alive. If anything, brother, that's what we can do is let's hype them up because we have a great future. Hey, what do you think? We've hired you as our lead marketer. What are your thoughts? What made you say yes?
What made me
you all these months?
What made me say yes 100% is you, and a couple of other team members. I believe in. I think you're a very enthusiastic person. I believe in your energy. I believe in your vision. We've had some turbulent times. When I say we've had some turbulent times, it's been a couple of years, probably more than that. That you've been pursuing me.
Time flies.
That's generally been the narrative, is that you pursue me. And
well, I still remember that video you made on Christmas of 2021, I believe. And I was on vacation with my wife, our 3 children, and my parents. And next thing you know, this crypto token was going interstellar. and your video was beautifully placed, I believe, the night before. And, at that time, we were reeling from the Jacy Project, a team of new holders, benevolent leaders, friends kind of took over. And, we took it to Jacy, what it is now. And, I've always thought you were talented. And let's be frank, I think we've become, good friends, brothers, throughout the course of more than 2 years now. I mean, time flies, bro. It's 2024. You know what I mean?
It does.
It's amazing. And I think we're still here. And I think we have similar vision of wanting to inspire the world and use the power of blockchain technology and Web3 to unleash something great. I stand for unconditional love, and I often get misunderstood, I think, in my love for just bringing people together. I love bringing people who have great talents. I'm a musician myself, and so I like bringing musicians and artists on board, and let's do something wonderful. Let's do something that will make the world a better place. It's really that simple for me, brother.
So I'm going to just jump straight to the next point, which would be, as you say, talking about musician, etc., etc. Obviously, I don't really see the Jacy Project as a music project, but your first NFT is coming out, and that's a music NFT. Tell me about it, and tell anyone listening to this. So, what is obviously Kaya Jones has been around Jacy to some, or you've been mentioning Kaya within the Jacy community for a long time. Sure. This is the first sort of actual NFT that Jacy have released. And there was obviously the Ravels in the past. So tell me where we're at. What's happening with this new Kaya NFT?
That's the thing. Yeah. And look, brother, I'm with you. The Jacy Project is beyond music. The Jacy Project is about utilizing all the wonders of Web3 technology for good purpose. Those who've read the website and those who've read our white paper realize that we are about generating liquidity streams, and we onboard organizations, individuals, influencers. Hey, look, I'm a brother. I'm a good friend of Sister Kaya Jones. She's a good friend of the family, and very blessed to have the opportunity to be her co-writing partner. And so we're very excited about the songs we've written the past 2 years. And, Kaya Jones is on board a management team of really amazing people in the industry, pop music, Christian music, and we have a lot of surprises in store. It's all about elevating people's talents, and my sister has agreed to work on. In fact, we have 2 NFTs. I don't want to give away too many secrets, but the Love is the Answer NFT that you helped us announce just a few days ago on Valentine's Day. In fact, I'm very excited about that. And it's a simple test. It's a $1 NFT. We're going to use it to teach people to simply buy an NFT on OpenSea with great purpose. As the announcement on Valentine's Day was made, 90% of the liquidity from the sale of this NFT will go towards charity. We have several ideas in mind for the charity, but, in my opinion, this will be ongoing. And so perhaps there will be several charities that will benefit from this. There's one in particular that I think let's save that for another announcement. I'm still talking to Kaya about that. She has several organizations that I think can benefit from this. And we will make announcements. We will make, professional videos that teach people how to buy this NFT. It's got a nice video. It's also a collaboration with a rising artist, TV Morse, amazing artist, very good guy. Him and I also talk about writing songs together. He's from Michigan, very talented person. And I think, I feel like the song is like a Black Eyed Peas Christian song. It's Love is the Answer. I mean, how can you lose with Love is the Answer, brother?
Elisha, so I want to spend $1. I want to buy this NFT through the Jacy Project. Sure. What do I get in return for my dollar?
Okay. Well, the Jacy Project has always been about long-term. The Jacy Project has always been about expanding its horizons and recognizing that the power of smart contracts allows for the creation of multiple liquidity streams. So, 10% of the liquidity from sale of this $1 NFT will go towards building up the Jacy Project treasury. I believe in building up multiple facets in the ecosystem of the Jacy Project, where the Jacy token as the lead utility token of the ecosystem will probably, not be the only token in the ecosystem. So I don't want to confuse the listeners, but for now, there will be much utility for the Jacy token. So holding a Jacy token does have its benefits. And so the liquidity raise, starting from the 10% from such an NFT, will have the ability to raise liquidity pools or perhaps create staking contracts that can give value to the Jacy token. What I want people that are listening to recognize is, we don't think about profit. The goal of the Jacy Project is to do something that's so revolutionary that people will want to come on board for the purposes of expanding their brand, allowing their music to rise, their art. I can go on. I have a guy that's real estate, good friend of mine in the neighborhood, and we have plans to perhaps do some tokenization of real estate in other countries. That's an idea. There's projects out there that are, for instance, creating timeshare NFTs. I love that idea. It will bring further utility to the ecosystem. I don't want to digress, but I want people to know that there's much purpose in smart contracts, and we have to, as a community, as enthusiasts of the blockchain and Web3, we have to recognize that with vision, there are endless possibilities in this new technology. I'm excited. In my opinion, this is like the gold rush of the 21st century. AI is the big thing right now, and I'm an investor in a lot of AI technology, even several cryptocurrencies that delve into that technology. But in my opinion, it's just a part of the bigger expansion of this technology, which delves into the blockchain and Web3.
Cool.
Does that answer your question? I felt like I answered it very in a general way.
You didn't answer it. So this is, but I've been biting my tongue and sort of chuckling to myself inside. So I think one of the things that I want to do in working with you, and what you probably need from me, is I've always seen you as a very visionary kind of person. I'm not here to sort of, to big you up, as we might say in the UK. I'm here to actually take your vision and sort of like transform it into bite-sized pieces of information that the wider audience can understand. So ultimately, The NFT is a video. So if I spent my dollar, I am buying a video. I'm becoming a part of a video that you have made with Kaya Jones, correct?
Yes.
Tell me about that video.
Yes. Oh, the Love is the Answer NFT video.
Yeah.
Is an original song that was co-written with Kaya Jones and up-and-coming artist Kiwi Morse, a singer, rapper, spoken word, amazing producer as well. And we collaborated on this. In fact, it's been almost 2 years ago when this song was made. And we didn't know how to release it. It's been released on centralized iTunes, Amazon. But this video is unique because the video tells a story. It's got a powerful story. I won't give it away, but owning that NFT, which will be limited to 1 million, gives our holders a piece of property that, in my opinion, will be rare, and it's one of a kind. You know, I've researched in OpenSea $1 NFTs. They do exist. I see a lot of them out there, but no one's really buying. But you know, this one is a test. It allows people to test buying an NFT. We will teach people how to onboard Web3 blockchain technology by buying a piece of art that has purpose. Now, the greater purpose is the charity that comes with it. 90% of sales from this NFT will go towards a good cause. Still to be determined. The only reason it's still to be determined is there's several organizations that we're thinking about that could benefit from this NFT. What benefits the holders? Well, it's a unique art with music that is a collaboration between a Grammy artist, an up-and-coming rapper, and this, you know, holder of Jacy token. I know you mentioned I'm the lead builder. I am a visionary, but I look at the community as a whole, as one family. And I'm trying to unleash big ideas so that people will want to build with us, create art and music. That's for the benefit of the world. Yes, go ahead.
Is this a profit opportunity for people who buy? Let's say, you know, let's say I've been a Kaya Jones fan for 10 years, but I've got no idea about the blockchain. I hear that NFTs aren't particularly making any money. Is this an opportunity to make money with NFTs, or is it more of an opportunity to sort of support Kaya?
Well, it's both, to be honest. If you understand the power of smart contracts, we know that this NFT will be tied to the Jacy Project ecosystem. So those that hold Jacy, which is a utility token, the proceeds from this NFT, 10%, will go towards building that ecosystem. What the team and I love about NFTs is that liquidity that is obtained from the purchase of an NFT is secure liquidity. You know, we've learned the past 2 years, David, that cryptocurrencies are very volatile. Cryptocurrencies can easily have a decline in value, especially when it's part of an ecosystem where there's about 3,000 to 4,000 holders, meaning there's not much liquidity to go around. So what we built here is an opportunity to raise much liquidity using collaboration with real-world partners with influence. I prefer not to speak about the profit, but if I must answer the question, profit will come when there's good purpose in what we're doing in recognizing the wonder and power of this technology. So the belief that we have a $1 NFT that's limited to 1 million, I would love for all 1 million to be sold. I'm always a bullish kind of guy. And, you know, let's let the world know that this Love is the Answer NFT is out there. It has the interesting price of $1, you know, not like $80,000 like a Bored Ape Yacht Club, NFT. But in my opinion, it starts at a point that makes it unique in the space with good purpose.
I think it's really. I'm going to interrupt. Sorry, are you okay if I interrupt for a moment?
Yeah, of course.
I think it's a really good idea. I want to say, so just coming in from my side, from a marketing perspective, no, I wouldn't market this as a profitable beast, as a thing that you're going to make money on. Let's say you spend $20,000 on Bitcoin, and I'm just lumping everything into, because it's in the blockchain, or sort of people associate with crypto, whatever it might be. Let's say you put $20,000 into Bitcoin. You're probably doing that not because you love Bitcoin, but because you want to make some profit in the near future. I don't personally see that this NFT is about making profit. For me, it reminds me of sort of in the 80s or 90s, you might buy, you'd buy the album or the single for an artist that you like. And then if you really like that artist, you might buy a poster. And all we're really doing is, like, this video is the equivalent of a poster, only instead of buying the poster and everything goes to the shop or to the record label, here, a percentage of it goes to the Jacy Project, who are sort of like the collaborators who have got let's say, made the poster and distributed the poster. And then a percentage of that will go to that company, that brand, that project, which is you guys. And then a large percentage of that will go to charity. So I don't see it so much as a profitable piece. Tell me a little bit about why you're using OpenSea. What is open for Kaya Jones fans who have no idea about any of this? For, your everyday person who's looking at maybe buying some NFTs one day, what is OpenSea? Why did you use that sort of like means of selling it? Because I think it's quite I can sign up now and make an NFT on OpenSea. Why did you go that route?
Great question. This was discussed with both team members and, technology builders. And we felt that minting an NFT for most people was just far too difficult. We had a project called the Rabble Passes, and a small percentage of the community bought in because it was challenging, I think, for many holders. So OpenSea essentially mints the NFT so that when it's in OpenSea, a person can use a debit or credit card and make an easy purchase of the NFT. It cuts a lot of the steps that made minting an NFT outside of OpenSea somewhat more challenging for the newbie. So we are making it simple. A person can use a credit card, debit card to purchase a $1 NFT. And once a person purchases it, it goes into a wallet. So it teaches them to create a wallet. And in doing so, it secures the asset. Now, I beg to differ with the profit because, in my opinion, we're doing something new. So perhaps it's like buying a comic book that's a limited edition. It starts at $1. However, with good vibes, positivity, good elements of charity, I think people could easily multiply its value. Because what happens is when people buy the NFT and it becomes in demand, it's easily tradable. And so a $1 NFT could also increase in value. Now, my hope is just people buy it. My hope is that people use it to learn how to buy an NFT. My hope is that people buy it because they want to support a charity. They want to support Kaya Jones, Kiwi Morse, or me, Ish Beloso, as an artist. I'm a songwriter. I'm a physician by day, but an aspiring songwriter. I've been writing songs for more than 20 years now. And I'm actually just working with professionals now in advancing my songwriting career. And it's great. It's new technology that allows people to own an art that's limited to 1 million. And in so doing, hope that we teach people how to buy digital art, digital asset through OpenSea, which is it's a simple platform that has already minted these NFTs.
Cool. So where are right, I'll move on from this a little bit. I really like it. I think I would probably like to take this opportunity to congratulate you in pursuing your dream because I know you wanted to do something like this for a long time, and it was actually sort of video NFTs that I pitched to the Jacy Project when they contacted me a couple of years ago, and it's taken 2 years just to get to this stage, and you've always been consistent that using video content is a way you want to go. So go on, please.
If you don't mind me speaking a little bit, I don't want to brag about you. I mean, I've seen your work in the real world. I know that you're a great director, videographer. I have a passion for music. I do, I hire people to make these wonderful music videos. I've been doing so for the last, more than 10 years now. 2011, when I started my music company, Revolution Cry, I officially made it, basically an LLC, Revolution Cry Music, when I got signed with the same management team that works with Kaya Jones. And what I mean by that is I'm now represented by the entertainment attorney that allows me leveraging in my songwriting. So I pitch songs, and now it's easily shared with other writers that are seasoned in this craft. And already, just in the past month, there's been 3 songs that I've passed along. They're already working on it. Some of the new songs that we've been working with Kaya Jones, I'm now a co-writer of. And I'm very excited about that. I'm new to the industry, the professional industry. And I want to leverage my passion for music in the blockchain, where I am the lead builder of the Jacy Project. And I want to help rising artists to understand this technology so that they can use it for their benefit.
I find it really interesting that you say it was 2011 when you set up your music label, was it?
Well, it's just, it's a name. It started off as a band.
Yeah.
I had a band called Revolution Cry, and I unite artists, local artists, and we would do concerts, we would do church events. I looked at it as uniting worship leaders, in the city, and we would travel sometimes outside the city where we live in, and just do conferences, do events, youth events, even adult conferences. Right? So there was Christian adult conferences where people will be learning things, and we provide the worship music. And it sort of evolved from there, where I would then collaborate with other artists in writing songs. Now that, I'm married with 3 kids. A lot has changed.
This is why I asked.
We had our first child in 2010.
Yeah, this is really interesting.
Now there's 3 children.
Yeah, the reason I asked that is because I was going through a change in my life at the same time. I had sort of been making I'd been making music videos from around 2001 to 2011. And my only child was born in 2010. And that was a big shift for me, because I'd worked sort of in the corporate sectors, television and sort of large scale events in the late 90s into the early 2000s. And then I really sort of went independent. So this, I've talked about myself a fair bit on time with regards to Jacy, but sort of where I see myself fitting in was I always, as soon as I realized the power of owning a digital video camera and a computer where you could edit that digital video into a piece that you could then put online on the internet, my whole perception of media production changed. And I was one of the first people in the country, in the UK, to do sports content, and we beat the BBC, and we were making waves, but I was never a businessman. I'll be honest, I was always I was a rebel. I was a bit of an anarchist. I was against the mainstream media, the narratives which they were pushing, which coincidentally now is a big thing. We're seeing sort of like a much more awareness of the role of the media in society, the positives and the negatives. And there's a lot more focus on the negatives of late. So I was always this fiercely independent video producer, director, editor. I learned how to put visuals with, narratives with music, let's say. And music videos for me were a really good sort of way of me just creating short form narrative content, looking for as many views as we could get. And it was around sort of when you set up when you started your band and became a dad, I also changed my career. And I thought, you've got to be a bit less rebellious here, David. You need to be a responsible parent. I'd made over 100 music videos, some good, some bad, and some ugly. But I got a lot of experience, and then I just sort of switched off, and I thought, no, you worked in the music industry for a long time, and it's not really what I wanted to be doing. As much as I liked the creation and the artistic side of it, I didn't get along with the Universal Music Groups who I felt were controlling, were actually holding back the small artists. I always supported the independent guy. So I then went down the corporate sector. just a camera guy creating promotional content for corporate brand, well, for big brands. And I really actually enjoyed it. And now I think for me at my life and my stage and where I would fit into somewhere like Jacy, and certainly where I fit in with the blockchain, was for me, NFTs are a means of are the next level of distributing video, audio, or whatever it might be, and that's going to go into the metaverse, and that's why I see your vision. For me,
oh, for sure,
you know what I mean. So when you sort of
easily
when you tell me this stuff, it's like I'm with you, man.
Yeah,
that's why for 2 years I've been listening.
Yeah, no, listen, I love your talent. I love you as a person. You're a great person, good heart.
Thank you, honest, and likewise.
Hardworking. And yeah, we share. You know, my daughter was born in 2010, also, so I didn't realize we had that similarity there. What I love about what you're saying is it's exactly what I see. I'm sort of a rebel myself. I always stood for the artists that people ignored. I want to help everyone with talent to unleash their songs, their art, their poetry, their book. And you're right. The NFT, in my opinion, is the future. Digital assets, to me, is the next wave of excitement that can bring unity with people. It will bring unity to the Jacy Project. And I want people to know, like, a lot of people don't know me, and I often get, this accusation on Reddit, or they're like, I'm a scammer. I'm not a scammer. I'm a physician by day. I was a $400 buyer of JC Wyatt. And then now I landed this thing where I'm now the lead builder of a project that I see so much purpose. Many of my friends, many of my family hold JC. And we have a very good holder base. We've held this sort of 3,500 plus. Now, many are probably dust walls. So let's say there's 3,000 holders left. There was not much liquidity, so the bear market lowered that liquidity by a lot. Many projects are 80 to 90% down. Look across crypto. But it's okay. It's an opportunity to level the playing field. Like yesterday, we had a big sell. In fact, a number one holder sold. People were panicking. There was fear all over the social media. It was one person. For me, it's an opportunity. One person who held more than 2% of the liquidity cut his holding, close to 75%. He still holds. He still believes in it, I hope. However, if he does not, it's okay. Then it allows people to buy up the tokens that were sold. And it allows new members to come in at a very good low market cap, which makes it a great opportunity, because some of the great projects out there, even Bitcoin itself, right? When it was like 80% down from a high, where it went from like $3 to, less than $1. People said, oh, Bitcoin's over. But it's perpetual in the blockchain. These smart contracts never end. And with positive sentiment, with good leadership, I am a good leader in my real world. I run as a medical director a couple organizations for my work. I run businesses as a physician. My wife has a business where she designs custom made products. We're successful business people. In my opinion, enjoying this technology is testing it and where it can go. I don't focus on the profit. I focus on what it's capable of doing to make the world a better place, to have artists, musicians, an ecosystem for them to be able to utilize and build their brand. And having marketers like yourself, who's very talented, to be part of a team that's growing. We can elevate brands, we can elevate influence, we can elevate charities' ability to raise liquidity for projects. And NFTs is a valid and awesome tool, Brother David, that I know you see. We just have to teach the community. We have to teach the blockchain people, holders of many cryptocurrencies, of the wonders and possibilities of NFTs. It's barely begun, in my opinion. People buy this art, but let's give it purpose. Let's use it as a way for fans to take part of royalty for the new music that comes out of their favorite artists. All that is possible. All it takes is smart contracts, good leadership, discussions with brands, and something like the Jacy Project, where we can guide, and with the influence and leadership of well-minded individuals that are talented, that sees vision, that sees purpose, we can make things happen. So I am like you. We're both misfits. We believe in the underdog. So what about you, man? So I'm glad that you said yes, but I haven't really heard why. And what do you think? Where do you see, brother, the Jacy Project going? I actually want to hear your answer, and let's record it.
This is something that I have not rehearsed, but I don't have a fixed answer, but I've rehearsed it a million times in my head. The way that I see society nowadays is everything is becoming digital. Everything is becoming video. We see and we hear. And the value of video will always be, it will grow, but equally it will become smaller because there's much more video content is being made. And there is always going to be a need for high quality content that is narrative driven. People want to relate to other people. People want to know they are part of a tribe, part of a group, whatever group that might be. I believe that there is a space in the world, in society, in this part of the universe that we're in. I believe there is a space for creating projects that are ultimately wholesome, that are ultimately good, that are ultimately interesting. I hear so much and I see so much of the same stuff within the crypto sector, let's say. How many crypto projects are going to release an app, or we're going to be an exchange, or we're going to make a game? I'm done with all of that. Let's create positive narratives and let's document it, get it into the blockchain so that anyone can buy into these projects. A donation of $1 with a Kaya Jones NFT shows I support this project. And when you enter into the metaverse further down the line, you're going to be able to see all of the things that I've supported over the years. So I've supported this. I've got this poster and this album cover and whatever it might be. Only now the album covers and the posters are video content and songs and message groups.
Immersive. I want to plant this word.
Yep.
So people that have listened to this, we're like ending up this or like wrapping up this podcast. Immersive content. I know people in the AI business. I know people in the immersive business where there's going to be exciting things that with good video, good visuals, 3D, 360 surround type of technology, it's the future. And I invest personally and am part of teams that are building immersive type of technology. So be paying attention to that because the things that we are creating, it's an animation, but it's being set up so that it can be placed in the metaverse.
Exactly.
And in the future, people can be in the middle of a video. So hint.
So the way I see this technology evolving is there are the technology creators and there are the people, there are the artists that create the content to go within the technology. I don't see myself or yourself or the Jacy Project particularly as a technology. We're not making headpieces that you put on and you can see. And I also think the definition of 360 is not necessarily just a virtual reality game that you walk through and you can look up, down, left, right, and behind you. It's more of like the Vision Pro things that we're seeing at the moment.
Sure.
I saw Mark Zuckerberg was saying about his Quest, I think it's called. Actually, that's meant to be the slightly better technology. But I think it will be like that you can look left and there's your Safari browser. You can look right and there's your music library. You can look up and you're going to switch the lights off and you're going to look down and you're going to step into a
DK,
virtual environment.
I want to challenge your thinking a little bit too. So what I want you to know is that I know many technology kinds of people. Yeah. Let's not limit the technology within the Jacy Project. I'm starting to know more and more people. I tend to, I'm a good learner, and I like learning from others that are much smarter than me. And I believe, even as of today, I'm already speaking with tech developers. Even in the decentralized world, they're talking to me and they know I run a blockchain project. And now they're trying to understand what I do as I'm leaning into what we're building in the real world. There's things that we can connect. Like you just mentioned, the Vision Pro that Apple released. I actually had an opportunity to test that product. I know someone who's in a part of a company, Core AI. And it's interesting to see what that company is doing in the realm of, the workplace. And the Vision Pro definitely is just the beginning. You know, I foresee in 2030, everyone's going to have a Vision Pro, and we're going to be talking to our loved ones, friends, relatives from overseas, and it's all like very realistic AI. You know, like you can see real world through the Vision, Vision Pro. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I believe that the Jacy Project, in our ability to influence and to work with high quality, good people, professionals, finding people to work on the technology with ideas is going to be very simple. I believe it.
Tell me why people who hold JC token and are feeling a bit disheartened, and I must say, rightly so, why should they still support? Why should they reignite their passion for the JC Project?
You know, looking back at the Jacy Project, it, in my opinion, it always meant well. When there's lack of vision, there could be lack of execution. When there are various opinions, people don't agree, nothing is executed. Nothing happens. In my opinion, brother, I don't want to come across here that I'm saving the project, because I think there's been people along its history that have come along the way to really help the project, past and present. And there's many of us. It's not just me. But for me, I felt like I really took leadership just on December 12th. I think there were people in the project, even in the community, just some negativity, some allusions to, things that, in my opinion, were not true. Meaning, look, I'm very passionate about the Jacy Project. I have a vision that utilizes this technology for the advances of the project. And look, I'm executing. This NFT is not a $20,000 app or a $40,000 piece of art with 8,000 unique cartoons, right? I'm not going to share the prize, but it's nowhere close to that. Not even. I have a talented friend who he was recommended, and he does animation, and actually has done animation NFTs in the past. And I said, let's run with it. So he took a song and actually created a narrative for the song that I did not expect. You'll watch it, and there's a beautiful story. It's a story filled of hope, and it's a story that looks forward to a future where, with faith, with love, all things are possible. And that's how I see the video. People can interpret it in many ways, and there will be different versions of the video. This launch of this first NFT video of Love Is the Answer is only the beginning. We will add to the collection.
So this is where I want to start rounding things up. So,
it's okay to share that.
So how long is it going to be until we see another project and another product? So the first thing I said to you when you sort of spoke to me a few weeks ago, would I be interested in coming back onto the project? Absolutely yes, but I really think that we need to sort of focus on restoring a layer or a sort of a leveled out playing field here where there's some peace and there's some continuity. And I encourage release products, get into the habit of creating, of sort of conceiving, imagining, creating, executing, also delivering. And that's what you've done with this Kaya NFT. That's why I'm really proud of. I think you've done really good. So what's next?
Sure. We've had this asset for a while. It's been probably at least 5 months we've had it. And so we timed it. We were kind of waiting for, the season. Easter's coming, the spring season, Valentine's Day, Love Is the Answer. So it's been there. The market hasn't been friendly, but I think the market's starting to shift with the Bitcoin happening pretty soon. We have 3 assets already completed, brother, and working with many more behind the scenes, not completed. We have 2 music video NFTs that Kaya Jones and I have worked on. We're actually very excited of the second one. I'm not going to reveal that one yet. It's partnered with some really good people in the industry. And so we're really looking forward to that. And in fact, the song for the second NFT will be performed in a nationally televised award show next week in Nashville, which I will be there to support Sister Kaya when she sings that song. So in other words, and it's a song that's not yet released. I don't want to talk about that. This
No,
song,
that's fine. But
look,
you've got
great
more
song.
products. More products are coming. It's not going to take another 2 years for the next product, is it?
Many more, brother. Many more. And we've already shot other music videos. We're shooting a music video next week in Nashville. I'm taking.
Is it all going to be music videos? Is it all going to be music videos? Is it all going to be video content, or are there going to be other things?
Oh my goodness, many things. Our third asset, for instance, it has something to do with the Jacy logo, and it will be immersive the way I look at it. And the guy that did that asset is also building an underwater museum. So we're actually delving into creating metaverse platforms. So 3D animation. My friend, his name is David. Also, he's a retired physician. He works many hours, sometimes 20 hours a day, creating this underwater museum. So there's a piece of it that we shared with the community. People didn't seem to either appreciate or they didn't maybe pay attention, but I love it, and it's just early stages of like 3D animation. Again, I'm building for the metaverse. I believe the metaverse is coming. It's important that we prepare environments that will be able to utilize all the art, video that we have, and put it in any environment. An underwater museum. It's crazy, but we're building one.
Final sign off. Tell me anything that you want to sort of sign off with. We're at 44 minutes.
Well, I'm very grateful for those that have stuck around. I'm particularly grateful for Flower, D, Mikkel, Chief. These are names of Telegram names, but these are my friends that have really stuck together with the Jacy Project. I'm very grateful for you all. I'm grateful for people like David of Grant Life Entertainment, Eric of Grant Life Entertainment, who helped to manage creating the website, who helped manage with creating the animation. I have a friend, It Roars advertising agency in Southern Florida, so they also help with the second asset that we created, and also help perfect the website. Another advertising agency that's local. So I lean on friends that see my vision, and they help me out. They give me good discounts with their very professional work. Like this one video that we're working on next week, it's it's normally like a lot more expensive. I'm basically getting a 75% discount. So very, very grateful for that. And it's just working with good people, bro. People like you, man. You and I have been friends, and we speak for hours at a time. And I'm just glad that we're finally really working on a professional level with elevating this project to where it needs to be. Because I feel that the Jacy Project will be one of the blockchain projects that people will remember coming from 2024 and beyond.
So with the NFTs that you release, is it always going to be that a part of the revenue created will go to charity? Because I really like the charity aspect of the Jacy Project. I think that's integral, and we need to lead by example and show that we are a legitimate charitable project.
Of course. I work with a lot of charities, and so it's only natural that when I work with a client that's with a charity, that they will focus on liquidity streams for the charity. Now, I could work with a real estate agent, right? So in other words, I have a friend here, and he knows that there are cryptocurrencies, blockchain projects that tokenize real estate, that tokenize timeshares. So the Jacy Project is about building liquidity streams. It's about marketing brands and organizations. So each NFT, in fact, let's not limit it to NFT, each token, each digital asset, like we will build underneath the Jacy Project. We will probably build a governance token that will be more limited than the Jacy token. The Jacy token is just the beginning, brother. So when we work with organizations, it's going to go through a consultancy phase. D and I, one of the other lead builders of the Jacy Project, lead that department where we meet with brands, organizations, influencers. We met with Kaya, right? We met with the Wages of Hope Foundation. We're working on an asset with them. So we meet with them and we ask them, what do you need? What do you want accomplished? And we make recommendations on how to accomplish things. So I do have other musicians and artists that I can lean upon with. And for instance, there's one organization, Heart and Soul. And so we want to create an initiative for building liquidity stream for that nonprofit. And we're making a song specific to it. And there's another one. So I'm co-writing a song, and we're raising funds for Ethiopia. So it's very early stages. The client knows about NFTs. She needs to be educated on it. So we will educate her, and we hope in time that we can create a plan that perhaps allows an NFT creation for a new song that will help raise funds for Ethiopia. And I can go on. I mean, we have many clients.
I have one sign-off piece here.
Clients. Go ahead. Yeah.
One sign-off question. I know in the past I said I'm a troubleshooter, so I hear all of this and I instantly think. I know it's funny because I'm not particularly business-minded, but instantly there's one question running over in my head. It's like, how do you scale this up? So at the moment, everything is reliant on you or me creating videos, or you doing this, or somebody finding the connections. How do you scale it up, Elisha? How do you make this more than just a very small record label, maybe releasing, say, 10 pieces of content a year? How are we releasing 100 a day?
Well, in my opinion, in time, once people know what we're capable of, I believe we will have hundreds of products at one given time. Why? I like befriending talented people. I think those who know me, for instance, are attracted to my vision. So if you're a poet, if you're a musician, you're an artist, and you're listening to this, come to the Jacy Project Telegram page, look for Elisha, right? Private message me, and let's talk. In other words, it doesn't take much to upload something in an NFT platform. It doesn't take much to create a contract with good, smart tokenomics that can help someone's brand or organization. I'm serious, too. In other words, what's beautiful about the blockchain is a lot of things are replicable. You know, a lot of things is even cookie cutter, copy and paste. Now, that's what makes humanizing the blockchain different. I invest in the talents of people. When someone can sing, or someone can speak, or someone can write, someone can draw, even digital art, for me is precious. And we give it purpose. We can unite people with good vision. When there's good purpose, an asset can be utilized to rally people together, be it for profit, be it for raising funds to, let's say, build a theater for a school in Colombia. These things are possible with good education. These things are possible with good marketing. It's just letting people know how it's done. And look, if you have an NFT that's $1, why not support a very good cause? And one thing, I think we mentioned this in a previous podcast. One of the vision of the Jacy Project is educating people. You know, onboarding people into the blockchain requires good education. And, Dee came up with a particular idea where we perhaps can create certification for people that are interested in this technology. My own brother-in-law, Armando, he's a Web3 developer now. He's graduating from school. So I lean on him perhaps to lead in teaching others. We can create an NFT where purchasing the NFT grants you certification awarded by the Jacy Project that allows one to have some credibility as someone that's a builder in Web3. We just gave away 3 Jacy Gives scholarship to 3 children in Rwanda that pays for an entire tuition plus books. So we have scholarships now. So it's very natural that we delve into the component of Web3 and blockchain education and certifying people early. And I have ideas on that. So in other words, we're way beyond just the music videos. We're thinking, what can we do to legitimize this project and onboard people into the technology so that it's good for long term?
As much as your ideas are vast, I will say that for me, this seems to be the most concise in the progress of the Jacy Project. Sort of, there is I believe in your vision. I think that it needs work and it needs the right people around you. But I believe in your authenticity, your integrity, and your skill to achieve that.
And look, I believe in your talent to get me focused. Flower really humbles me. Like, I love Flower. those who know Flower personally, she's great. I think she brings me down to earth. So I like that because it keeps you focused on one step at a time. Look, I'm a Gemini, right? So I'm all over the place. So I need people to keep me focused. I tend to thrive in chaos. I tend to thrive in ideas. But I need good people like you, David. I need good people like Flower, good people like Dee, good people like Chief, right? Like these people keep me focused. And when they have an idea, I create a team to help execute the idea. And in time, I think that's what's going to happen. As multiple assets are being created, in time, you and I will probably manage several assets, but perhaps an influencer will create the art, and then their job is simply to present to us once it's ready. We've given them instructions on what it would be good, like perhaps a core 3 songs with music videos, and then perhaps a collection will have 3 different music videos for the purpose of raising funds for some purpose. Look, I'm just speaking out loud here.
That's fine. And at the moment, all of those revenue
you believe
streams,
in me, and I believe in you, and I believe in the people that believe in me. I love that. I love that about human relationships. We believe the best in everyone. At
the moment, those revenue streams come back to JC Token for the most part at this stage, correct?
Well, right now with the
or
first
a percentage of it goes into the JC ecosystem.
That will go, So the 10% creator fee is for the JC Project ecosystem, and the charity, it will be under the decision of the influencer, the brand. In this case, Kaya Jones is the client. She's the one that we're helping build, and it's a song that we've used, that we've collaborated with. Kiwi Morse was involved in the creation of the song. I was involved in the creation of the song. I'm a co-writer of the song. And then, of course, we have Eric Goldstein, who created the asset. So I love the people that are involved, very talented people. Let's use it to do some good for the world.
Good. Elisha, it's been a pleasure talking with you.
Always a pleasure talking with you, brother.
I feel there are so many more things that I could say, but I'm going to save that for another day.
We need to do this more often. I really think we need to do this more. Like the amount that you and I speak, we just need to record ourselves. I think, So I appreciate you for taking the time. I know it's way past midnight there, I believe, brother. So why don't you get some
midnight.
Rest?
We're good.
Let's do more of these.
Yep. I work hard like yourself. I'm 20 hours a day. I'm good. So, yeah, cool. Well, look, Elisha, we'll wrap it there. Thanks for talking. I would say back again with another video for the JC Project, an official JC Project video. Really happy to be doing this. Good stuff. Anyone needs to speak to Elisha, go and find him. Where's the best place to find you? Through the website, Telegram?
I would say the Telegram page, the Jacy Project Telegram. We'll post it on this post, bro. Like I think it's Jacy Project Telegram.
Good.
It's like a link. We can post the link on the YouTube page. You can find me on Twitter. We do have a website.
TheJacyProject.com. Just head to TheJacyProject.com and find Elisha if you need to speak to him. Good stuff. Sure. Have a good weekend, Elisha.
You too, brother.
I will speak to you soon. Take care.
Yes, sir. You too.